Tonight I had a night conversation, which I can remember. As I said earlier, my dream has become a night conversation. And a night conversation is similar to a dream, except that the visual image is not there, but rather it's a conversation of words to words. But anyway, what is my conversation? Well, it's about Israel. You see, Abraham offered a sacrifice to God at Mount Moriah. So, based on space-time, the world or God will therefore make a sacrifice to Israel. That's what will happen. But the night conversation reminded me, when Israel offered a sacrifice to God, not only would Israel receive a sacrifice back to itself from the world, but Israel will also remain as the sacrifice itself. Now that's interesting altogether. That means is this: if I give a thing to my friend will of course give back the thing to me. But what I often forget, and what we often will forget, is there's another important law that is governing this transaction. Since I've offered the thing, I would be the thing that is being offered. Gosh, a lot of us don't realize that at all. And if you are a thing, what will you be? If you're a thing, you probably would lose your beingness, because a thing is a space-time, and space-time that may have an identity, but it doesn't have a soul. The reason why in the Bible Israel made a sacrifice, not of a thing, but of themselves to God. So they become the sacrifice lamb. And being a sacrifice, there's a nullification in itself. And they discover the beingness, the soul within. When you allow a person to go by his way, and you acknowledge that person going by his way, you make a sacrifice for his presence. That is a better gift, because making a sacrifice for his presence means that you discover soul. Whereas if you just merely give a gift to that person, what happened would be that you're just merely a gift. Although you will get it in return, but a thing is not a valuable sacrifice. Very significant about this dream, or this night conversation, is that it tells me that, those Christians who take the sacrifice of Jesus Christ, who accept the sacrifice in the form of what you call a bread and a wine. What is happening? It will be worse for them. Because the wine is intended to mean blood, and the bread is intended to mean body. So when the Christians take these two with that kind of intention in their mind, they're like cannibals. They're eating blood and body they're destroying themselves. They are strengthening their own blood, or strengthening their own body, so to speak. What it means is that they're strengthening space-time to the extent that they couldn't really reach the soul. That's what it means when you accept the sacrifice of another person. I don't think it's therefore wise on my part to accept a person to come out of their seat and give me a seat, simply because I couldn't really stand properly. I don't think it's good to do that, because I want to heal my leg, I want to heal my spine. I'm not here to get a sacrifice from another person. I want to reach the soul of the spine, to reach the soul of the leg. So accepting the sacrifice of another person is not a good thing for me. Indeed, it is true that the message of this night conversation is very important for me.